Yung prepared statement ng hakbang ng MAISO tungkol dito sa gaganapin na People's Zone sa Liwasang Bonifacio ngayong Sabado. The Philippines under President Bongbong Marcos is a ship in distress. Just 2 years after being voted into office by a nation expecting continuity in the policies and priorities of former President Rodrigo Duterte, BBM instead has plunged the nation into crisis of its own making. The economy has turned from bad to worse, with the peso dropping to 58 pesos plus against the US dollar. With prices in all basic commodities going up as a result, people in the lower economic brackets suffer most. The 76% dissatisfaction in government's handling of inflation, therefore, hardly comes as a surprise. BBM's controversial Maharlika Investment Corporation recently drew a lot of flack, following reports that Rafael Consing, its president and CEO, is asking a basic monthly salary of 2.5 million per month. This is obscene in a country where the minimum wage is 610 pesos daily for non-agriculture laborers and 573 for agriculture workers. Where is his promised 20 pesos per kilo of rice when prices have gone up to nearly 60 instead? More bad news is coming as the country has become the world's #1 importer because agriculture started on the wrong foot under BBM, who spent more time traveling abroad than us, Secretary of the DA. The scandals that rocked DA when he was secretary showed that he was either non-performing, involved, or both. There is increasing incidence of poverty, as surveys show 50 million Filipinos consider themselves poor. Aside from the return to power of oligarchs whose power structures were dismantled by PRRD, no businessman in his right mind will invest in a country with the threat of war looming in the horizon. Peace and order, easily one of the best features of the Duterte administration, swiftly deteriorated when BBM took over. Criminals who were on the run in the previous administration now daringly operate in BBM's neighborhood, Manila, where Malacanang Palace is located, has been named as the 5th riskiest cities for tourists by Forbes Advisor. In contrast to the Duterte administration's visible build program with visible infrastructure projects in many parts of the country, BBM's build more version is a big bust. Instead of more, the DPWH has consoled itself with cosmetic repairs because of budget constraints. Health certainly is not BBM's priority, as the implementation of the Duterte administration's universal healthcare law is now being threatened by the transfer of PhilHealth reserve funds to unprogrammed national government reserves. On the other hand, BBM has shown that he has accomplished much in at least one area, going after political opponents. His supporters in Congress has made life difficult for Vice President Sara Duterte by questioning her confidential funds, threatened her with impeachment, and insisted to include her in the cases filed before the International Criminal Court. The Marcos administration has persecuted the Duterte family by the relentless attack on former President Duterte, Davao City Mayor Rodrigo Duterte, I think this is Baste, and Congressman Paulo Duterte. Not contented with this, the people of Davao are being made to suffer, including the disruption of law enforcement efforts. This included the whimsical and illogical shuffling of officers in the Davao City Police Office. Not contented with the dubious record of having 4 police chiefs in one day, the administration also disregarded the policy that allows the city mayor to choose from among the names submitted to him. One of the priorities of the Marcos administration was charter change, with the obvious intention of lifting the term limits of incumbents, particularly the single 6-year term of BBM. It was only shelved following massive opposition led by former President Duterte, who finally broke his silence to condemn the deception and bribery in the push for People's Initiative. Then there is the well-documented persecution of Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder, Pastor Apollo Quiboloy. After the botched illegal raid of his headquarters, Interior and Local Government Secretary Benjamin Abalos Jr. now has put up a bounty of 10 million pesos for Quiboloy's arrest. Before that, there was the well-publicized and swift cancellation of the franchise of Quiboloy's SMNI Broadcasting Network. It sent shivers down the spine of mainstream media, which explains why the latter has turned a blind eye on the abuses and excesses of the Marcos administration, in contrast to the critical and adversarial role it played in the past administration. Lately, the Marcos administration has focused on personalities allegedly with ties to the Duterte administration in its continuing campaign to demonize the former president. This is obvious in its latest narrative, which target POGO operations. While a Pulse Asia survey listed urgent national concerns including inflation, low wages, poverty, lack of employment opportunities, graft and corruption, hunger, support for farmers, peace, crime, and equal application of the law, BBM has remained deaf and blind to all these. The worst, however, is BBM's unmistakable obsession to drag the country to war. While he initially claimed to continue the Duterte administration's policy to be friend to all and enemy of none, it turned out to be yet another case of budol. The Philippines has become open house to the United States, not only with the increase in the number of EDCA bases to 9, but also allowing the installation of a missile system that puts the country in grave danger. After denying the existence of a gentleman's agreement between China and the Philippines during the time of President Benigno Aquino III, BBM has raised the temperature in the West Philippine Sea not only with inflammatory speeches, but also with acts that China considers as provocations. Without a doubt, the Philippines cannot afford to go to war with China or any other nation. Even with the express support of the United States and its allies, Filipinos cannot afford to send the sons and daughters to a war it will not gain anything from. If there is any war it must wage, it is against widespread poverty, criminality, corruption, incompetence, and abuses in government. If it is serious about improving this life of its citizens, the Marcos administration must heed the call for transparency, accountability, peace, and security. This is the only way to bring back the people's trust and confidence. The latest survey conducted by Pulse Asia captures the mood of the country as BBM's trust rating fell to a new low of only 52%, while the level of distrust continues to rise at 15%. This can only mean one thing. The people have given him a failing mark with still 2/3 to go of his 6-year term. On Monday, the BBM and the privileged few in his circle of power will be treated to an extravagant display of affluence at a cost of 20 million pesos in Filipino taxpayers' money in his version of the SONA that is detached from reality. This is the real state of the nation for the suffering majority. No to Chacha, no to martial law, freedom from hunger and poverty, no to war. Assert our democratic rights, transparency, accountability, peace, and security now. Defend the flag. Thank you.